Oh boy, it is a dumpster fire down here at Disney right now. It is straight up Florida versus Disney.
This is a Gewürztraminer. It's a big word, Gesundheit.
Will Salt and Straw be the best ice cream on Disney property?
It's funky.
We are at Disney Springs, big day guys. There's a new sweet treat little restaurant opening. It's called Salt and Straw. But first we're gonna have lunch at one of my favorite restaurants at Disney Springs. Wine Bar George, my friend Andrew is now a server there. So proud of him like moving up of where he's gone. And
they've redecorated this entire area for the sandal company.
it's not open to the public, it's for like, you know, like influencers and TikTokers.
Now we're gonna get something to eat at Wine Bar George. Look at little Andrew in his natural habitat. I feel like a proud parent right now. How are you doing, Andrew?
Welcome to Wine Bar George, Kevin.
What can we expect from your service here?
What can we expect from the service here today? Well, let's say it's your first time here at Wine Bar George. We have a fantastic selection of wine for you guys, over 140 different wines. We also have a full bar as well as Coke products. Very nice wine, that's one of my favorite. This is a Gewürztraminer. It's a big word, Gesundheit. This is Dr. Constantine Frank out of the Finger Lakes.
I'm supposed to be in the Finger Lakes right now.
I just want to, you know, get back up to the Finger Lake.
That's good.
Do some fishing in the Finger Lakes, you know?
Twirl. That's fruity, yes. Yeah, that's fine. That'll get the job done. It's sweet, but it's also dry. It's like in the middle.
What do we have here, Andrew?
We have our specialty mac bites just for you kids.
The mac and cheese bites are some of my favorite things at Disney Springs. Here we go. You ready? Oh man. A soft, almost doughy, light cheese. Then you get this wonderful, just perfectly breaded and crispy outside layer with a little bit of the marinara on the bottom. This is what I'm talking about. Mac and cheese bites are like 8.5 every single time.
Let it burn. Oh. Look at that work of art. It's like the Library of Alexandria special.
Alright, I'll be very careful of this cast iron.
Alright, so it's the Saganaki cheese.
Oh my god. I'm gonna need a personal moment with this. It's so rich and chewy. Now, that cheese is a masterpiece. It's like the most upscale, almost like Cheez-It you could ever have, right? It's kind of got like this like crispy crunch to it. The cheese is wonderful. Hot and steamy and gooey and thick. It's an experience.
It's a master.
So I figured out what the Finger Lake one tastes like. Imagine a cold stone pebble. That's what this tastes like. Kind of a hot, humid day, so I kind of want something a little cooler.
Oh my god. All right, Andrew, what are we eating right here?
So we have a full Greek sea bass. We're gonna have a branzino here. We're gonna debone the fish for you.
Oh.
Time for the bass. The bass takes 30 minutes to prepare. Oh, that's wonderful. It's soft and flaky. It's simple. There's not like crazy flavors to it. It's just kind of like a simple, solid, great sea bass.
As well as our skirt steak. We have a 16-ounce skirt steak on Yukon potatoes with some broccolini there.
All right, now we got the skirt steak with chimichurri on top. Let's see how it is. It's the chimichurri that really gives it a different flavor. Rundown of the chimichurri on the skirt steak. There were different bites that were better than the others. I love the chimichurri. Had a great like little onion, peppery coolness to it. The skirt steak was tender and juicy. We'll do like a 9 out of 10 for that. Star of the show was that fish. That fish was cooked to perfection. Fresh, flaky, wasn't overwhelmed by flavors. It was just like a simple, wonderful fish. If you're a fan of fish, come here.
It's a master.
So we got all the desserts that they offer. They have the key lime pie, they have the olive bread cake, and then they have a kind of a chef specialty. This isn't on the menu, this is just kind of for us. It's like a coconut panna cotta with like strawberry. It looks kind of like a giant egg. All right, let's see how the panna cotta is first. No, all right, that coconut thing, hated that. That thing's terrible. Bland, boring, strawberry overpowered everything. You're tasting coconut, it's just the coconut shavings on top. I hope they don't add that to the menu, because 4 out of 10. Now let's try the olive cake. Apparently supposed to get the mascarpone, candied olives and the bread. It's something not for everyone. So imagine like a fine, delicate cornbread, right? Like a drizzle of olive oil over it. Then you kind of have the coolness and the dairy whipped the mascarpone, but then you're getting the candied olives, which I'm not really used to.
It's good. It's funky. It's not something that you'd ever come across.
No.
Ever.
I think it's an 8 out of 10. I enjoy it, but I don't think it's for everyone, and I'm not like in the mood to eat it ever again. It's not like a Gideon's cookie where you just like go to Chowtown on that any time of the day. This is like, you gotta be in the mood for something unique, and it's not very sugary. It's more of kind of a savory experience. Key lime time. Now, I've had the real thing in Key West. Normally it's a lot more greener. This is more of like a yellow. That's not a key lime pie. There's like a hint of lime flavor to it. The crust is soaked in something. Someone has like a burnt, smoky taste to it. Then you're getting the strawberry in there. I'll be honest with you, go to Gideon's for dessert.
Andrew, we're so proud of you. Keep growing. Keep learning about your wine.
Try my hardest.
And if you're coming to Wine Bar George, come request Andrew.
For family.
We just finished Wine Bar George. Great as always. It's my first time really trying their desserts. Don't come for the desserts. Go.
The Gideon's right there.
Wines are wonderful. Service is great. Entrees are always amazing. But just avoid those desserts. I think key lime, I think I'll do like a 5 out of 10. Olive cake was so funky as Mark says. That's like an 8 out of 10. But it's definitely not for everyone. And then we had the coconut panna cotta. 4 out of 10.
All right, now we're back at the ganachery, and I want to get a s'mores.
That's what we're here for. The artisan s'mores. They're $8.50 though. He's making my s'more right now. It's all toasted. It's got a little Mickey on top. When it comes to gourmet s'mores, I don't really know about gourmet s'mores. Because when I'd make s'mores, my grandmother and I would just like put the s'mores in the microwave and the marshmallows would balloon into like softballs and they squish it all together. So $8.50 for a s'more is kind of a lot. It is adorable though. The graham cracker is kind of like a biscuit. Oh, this is about to be so messy. It's a very decadent s'mores, very rich chocolate, ooey gooey marshmallow. The graham crackers, it's a very buttery cracker. I know this tastes like a British biscuit that you would have with like tea or something. I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a saltiness to it. I kind of like the OG, just like cheap ones. Maybe that's just how I grew up. I think this is almost too fancy. Fancy s'mores is like wasted on me. And for $8.50, that's kind of a lot. I'll do like a 7.5 on it. It's good, but I just want the classic kind of cheap processed marshmallow. Okay, rundown. The cracker is definitely gingerbread, but it's too salty. All I tasted like was salt. It's almost as if it was like a saltine cracker. I feel like I need a bottle of water after eating that.
They did come out with some great merchandise though. They got our boy Big Al right there. Short sleeve shirt, looks great. Unisex, guys and girls. You're looking at $37 for this though. Then they have this new funky retro spirit jersey. Really like this design. Again, they're not putting prices on any of this stuff. Like, it's crazy. I don't understand how they just don't have prices on things. There's not even like prices up there. It's just like, okay, you want this, you're gonna pay whatever we're charging. It's a cool design. Really dig the back. It says Walt Disney World in the colors. Now, wasn't this on bags or something back in the day? It's before my time in the 70s or something. We've been documenting this for a while now. Again, another spirit jersey. No price. No price saying how much it costs. Oh, we got another one over here. And guess what? No price. Nothing above there.
I just feel like that's so wrong that there's no advertised price. Not above the merchandise, not on the merchandise. So you don't know how much you're paying for it until you get at the register. I find that so messed up. I feel like it's not like things are flying off the shelf, right? I think it's because Disney's just increasing the price every single week or whatever they want to do.
We got some ears here. No price.
Now we asked the cast members, we were like, why is there not prices on stuff? They're like, yeah, there's not prices on a lot of things. Why is that normal? That's not normal.
These are brand new. They have lounge flies that are Spider-Man, $85. Mark, if you were gonna buy this, how much would you pay for it?
You would buy it.
$49.
Look at the price tag.
$120.
For this piece of garbage, yeah. This is me looking at all these prices on Disney products. Here we go. Salt and straw. It's got like a weird ribbon, but then a hand holding an ice cream. But it's a simple design. They have a queue set up outside. The most delicious decision you'll make today. We're so close to being in. It's a small little store. Here we go. There's the menu.
Alright, now before we eat our ice cream, let's do a little backstory about Salt and Straw. For years, Kim Malek was dreaming about the creation of a community gathering place, one where you could run into neighbors, spend time with family, and treat yourself, a great neighborhood place. The answer was clearly an ice cream shop. Tyler, her cousin, wanted in. Tyler wasn't afraid of his rookie status. He spent $16 on 4 used ice cream makers and got to work, spending hours endlessly testing flavor ideas in his own personal Wonkaverse, aka Kim's basement. Meanwhile, Kim cashed in her savings and and bought a cart. And then the two of them turned to their community, asking friends, chefs, chocolatiers, brewers, and farmers for advice, finding inspiration everywhere they looked. And that's how Salt and Straw came to be. Just got our ice cream. That was one of the most unique experiences I've ever had picking out dessert. It was like a tasting adventure. I almost had like a tour guide. His name was Jeremy, and he guided me through all the different unique flavors, and you were able to try as many flavors as you wanted. So I tried a ton. We decided to go with the flight. So the flight comes with 4 different flavors, any of your choosing. So they kind of like write down everything for you so you know where it is and what little quadrant. Oh, it even says his name, Scoop by Jeremy. I wanted to kind of do like 2 experimental ones and then 2 kind of like classics that I feel like most people will enjoy. Ample Hills was supposed to be originally there. Ample Hills was one of my favorite ice cream of all time. Delicious. Will Salt and Straw, will Salt and Straw be the best ice cream on Disney property? Let's see. All right, let's start with chocolate. All right, we got big chunks of chocolate in there. It's good. Now it comes with chocolate. My favorite like ice cream like to get on the casual. Ben & Jerry's, that's my favorite. I feel like Ben & Jerry's has a superior chocolate brownie ice cream. This is good, don't get me wrong. It's nothing like game changing or life changing. Now let's go a little crazy. We're gonna try the triple tropical. Whoa, oh my God. Like a raspberry sherbet within some side of like citrus or melon taste. This one is like crazy. This is all over the place. That's good, but it's definitely not for everyone. All right, now let's try the freckled mint chocolate. Big chunks of mint in there. Ooh, that mint is very like, a very organic mint. It's not like an artificial mint. You're definitely like tasting like the mint leaf. All right, now it's time for the bottomless lime. This looks like the stuff you would like find underneath your couch cushion mixed with ice cream, crumbs of stuff. A subtle hint of lime. You get kind of that graham crackery crust with sprinkles. Rundown, I think kind of the basic ice cream that most people go with. It just kind of bores me. I think there's better versions of it. But the triple tropical and the bottomless lime, I think are my 2 favorites. Very good ice cream. Chocolate and the mint, nah. Just go get Ben & Jerry's or something. I think this is more for a unique palate if you're looking for stuff like this. Now, is it the superior dessert here at Disney Springs? No, nothing will beat Gideon's. You really have to be in the mood for ice cream. In the hot Orlando sun, this sucker's gonna melt in an instant. If you're in the mood for ice cream on Disney property, I think this is the best ice cream on Disney property. I would go with the more unique flavors. Don't go with the basic flavors because I think the basic flavors have already been perfected by other companies. The unique flavors are where Salt and Straw shines. Now let's try it with the little waffle cone. Let's see. Solid waffle cone. Fresh. It's got a wonderful aftertaste to it. I do want to say the customer service, incredible. So good. They really want to make sure you spent time and tasted each and every flavor. When it came to flavors that I chose, I tasted 2 of the unique ones, and then the 2 normal ones, I was like, just put them in. I just want to try them. Those are the ones that kind of fell flat. So if you're looking for the ice creams, make sure to taste the ice creams. Now, every taste is a little different. There's so many different unique toppings inside. Will I be going back to Salt and Straw? Yeah, if my friends are going, but I don't think I'll be going out of the way to eat there. I think customer service, incredible. Love the design. The tasting spoons aren't plastic. They're like real spoons and you put them in this like weird little tray thing. I enjoyed my time, but it's fine. Get something unique. Don't go with something basic if you're going to Salt and Straw. It's good ice cream. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near how Ample Hills was. Ample Hills was like this creamy, textured goodness.
It is a busy night here.
Well, Disney's in a lot of hot water today. It's been a dumpster fire the past couple of weeks. Let's go home and talk about everything.
Oh boy, it is a dumpster fire down here at Disney right now. It is straight up Florida versus Disney. Let's talk about it. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it in the news the past week. They're not doing very well with handling things at all. Let's go all the way back to 1967 when Walt Disney purchased all the land to build Walt Disney World in Florida. Kind of a special deal that was struck up to kind of give Disney its own government, kind of like how like the Vatican is, right? It's its own like government within its own city. So Disney could be in charge of like the infrastructure. So the sewage, the roads, the fire department, that's all run by Disney. It was kind of made so that the transition of building Disney World was a little more smoother because Disney was kind of in control of everything. Now cut to 2022, there's a bill that was trying to be passed in Florida. A lot of people were upset about it, especially a lot of cast members. Many of the cast members voiced their opinions against the bill to Disney leadership, and of course Disney leadership just didn't listen. Now it wasn't until Disney was getting nationwide backlash for where their donations were going is when they were trying to change what they were saying. Then over the course of a week, Bob Chapek, the CEO of Disney, flip-flopped his view on the situation like 4 times. And that is not a good look for the CEO of one of the most powerful and like influential companies in the entire world to flip-flop his view 4 times in a week. It was a bad look. The bill then ends up passing after there being so much backlash against Disney. Disney is then like so anti against the bill. This upsets the Florida government. So they were kind of like frustrated with Disney, like, don't be telling us what to do. So then the Florida government wants to go after Disney. So since Disney kind of of has this own little like government within Disney. It makes things a lot easier for them to operate. As of today,
Now that the state legislature has voted to dissolve Disney World's special Reedy Creek district, local officials say the responsibility to maintain and service that close to 40 square mile area will fall onto Orange County.
so pretty much the Florida government would take over control of all those departments. So Disney was funding everything, right? Disney owned Reedy Creek and paid taxes and then put the taxes back into Reedy Creek. There's a lot of mumbo jumbo, but I'm trying to like dumb it down for you guys. So that means the state of Florida would be in charge of paying for all this stuff when Disney was paying for it. So that means
So all the debts and obligations of Reedy Creek get transferred over to Orange County government.
That's an over $160 million obligation, something county officials say they don't have the money to cover.
That's a net sum loss for the rest of the taxpayers of Orange County.
Really, Orange County's only option would probably be to raise taxes on every single person in Orange County.
But officials say even if they raise taxes as high as they possibly could, it still may not be enough.
and people are expecting property taxes to go up 20 to 25%, which is not very good. As you know, cast members living down here, living paycheck to paycheck, 4 to 5 roommates just to get by because the pay is so low. So increasing any amount of tax is really gonna hurt everyone. So what does the future hold? If this does fully pass, it'll go into effect in 2023. Florida then being in charge, things could get kind of bad for the infrastructure of Disney. Like, let's say a pothole pops up on the road. Disney can automatically go over there and fix it. Now, if this bill gets finalized, then Florida would be in charge of fixing those potholes. All Disney projects will have a lot more red tape over them, so it'll no longer be Disney making a lot of the permits. It'll be the state of Florida creating the permits, which will make these projects at Disney take even longer to finish. And we all know how long it's been taking Tron, so new ride every decade. It's just a disaster, so it's currently Florida versus Disney. It's like a lose-lose. If this does happen, this could just be political theater, right? With the governor just trying to make a spectacle out of the whole situation. The stocks are not doing very good for Disney right now. They're just digging themselves a deeper and deeper hole. Bob Chapek, don't know how he is still around. Everything he has said, everything he has done, there's not one person that likes him, except for probably the other executives who get their, $11 million bonuses. But everyone else can't stand the man. He has fumbled at every attempt to succeed in anything, I feel like. He's just upset everyone. I think there needs to be new Disney leadership. I'm not an expert on this. I just want to kind of give you guys like my version of like the spark notes of like the information that I absorbed from this whole situation. Let me know down in the comments your current thoughts about this whole situation. How is Disney handling it? How is Florida handling it? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps out when you guys do. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Join the family.
Love the family!
You're gonna be so happy because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Disney and theme parks. All right, guys, I love you all. Please stay safe, and I will see you all very soon.
And when you restrict output, you get more flavor in the grapes.